Magandang araw sa inyong lahat, mga bata! Isang makulay na araw ang pagsasamahan natin ngayon. Ako si Teacher Levin, ang inyong guro sa kindergarten na malikhain at masayahin. Ako ang makakasama niyo araw-araw para turuan kayong magbasa, magbilang, maging malikhain, at mabubuting mag-aaral. Alam kong handang-handa na kayo, kaya tara na, sabay-sabay tayong matuto dito sa kindergarten! Pangangalaga sa sarili at katawan, pagtulong sa magulang sa gawaing tahanan, at pagiging responsableng mamamayan. Lahat yan dito matututuhan. Kahit wala ka sa paaralan, marami pa rin kaalaman. Halina sa kindergarten, ito'y puno ng kasiyahan. Ano pang hinihintay? Isama mo na rin si nanay at tatay, sa'yo'y aking alay, edukasyon at tagumpay.
Hello everyone, I'm Ma'am Tonette Magtanong, your Music and Arts Mamshi. Join me as we embark on this colorful and euphonic journey of Music and Arts 7. Our task today is to analyze the vocal and instrumental music of the lowlands of Luzon. Before we proceed, let's have a review of our last discussion where we talked about the different folk songs from the Luzon lowlands. These songs were passed down orally to people from yesterday's generation to your generation. I'll give you 3 seconds to answer. Which is the folk song of the Kapampangans? Sarumbanggi or Atin Ko Pong Singsing? If your answer is Atin Ko Pong Singsing, then you are right. Which is a folk song of the Ilocanos? Pamulinawen or Sarumbanggi? If you answered Pamulinawen, then you are right. Which is a folk song of the Bicolanos? Magtanimay di biro or Sarumbanggi? If you answered Sarumbanggi, then you are correct. Are you familiar with the song played? Yes, that is by Kubo, a folk song here in the Philippines, specifically here in Luzon. How about the instrument played? If you answered Rondalia, that is correct. A rondalia is an ensemble of string instruments here in the Philippines and is sometimes called the Filipino String Band. Later, you will hear different folk songs sung using the rondalia. So, what are you waiting for? Get your pen, self-learning module, and your answer sheets. Let's go and learn! Now, let's begin our lesson. Are you familiar with this image? What is it? How important is this to you? What are its benefits to you as a learner? You are very lucky because you belong to a generation in which technologies and materials for learning and enjoyment are available. All kinds of information are just on your fingertips and just a snap away. But during the time of our grandparents, it was very different. There was no internet to provide them with various videos for their entertainment or education. Music is undeniably a big part of our history and culture. Most Filipinos know how to sing or play an instrument, even though they never had any form of formal training. However, there was one instrumental ensemble that provided our grandparents with the music needed for their celebrations, the Rondalia. This group is composed of musicians who are capable of playing an instrument without formal music lessons. The Rondalia is an instrumental group that is made up of string instruments and is sometimes called the Filipino String Band. Although this ensemble is very much associated with Filipino culture, foreigners claim that it originated from Spain. Later, the Filipinos modified the instruments to fit their culture. But how did the Rondalia get its name? According to Dr. Antonio Molina, a national artist for music, the Rondalia started as a very informal group of music-loving Filipinos. During the Spanish occupation, the governors asked civilians to guard and go around the mansions at night. This is called ronda, or to make rounds. The civilians became bored with this daily routine and decided to make music using guitars and bandurias while making their rounds. Thus, they started to be called rondalia, which means making music while doing rounds. We have 5 instruments in the rondalia. The first one is the banduria. It is an instrument with the highest pitch range. Usually, this instrument plays the melody. The Spanish banduria has 12 strings, while the Filipino banduria has 14 strings. The specific notes of the strings are F sharp, B, E, A, D, G, or Fa sharp, Ti, Mi, La, Re, Sol. The second and third instruments are laud and octavina. These instruments play the contrapuntal or counterpoint. Their strings are tuned like the banduria strings. They also have 14 strings. The fourth instrument in the ensemble is the guitar. The guitar is a popular instrument with 6 strings. It is typically played by strumming or by plucking the strings. And the last one is the bajo de unas. It is the largest instrument in the rondalia. This string instrument has only 4 thick strings, but there are rare bass instruments that have 6 strings. It plays the bass part of the musical piece. The notes of the strings are E, A, D, G, or Mi, La, Re, Sol. Have you experienced playing them? That's great! Now, before we go on with our listening activity, let us quickly review the different elements of music, as this will help you analyze the piece and distinguish the elements. Listen to the following elements of music and their descriptions. Tempo: slow, moderate, fast. Melody may be played in a higher or lower register. Meter: double, triple, quadruple. Timbre: the kinds of sounds produced are dark, light or brilliant, tremolo or trembling sound, legato or smooth and flowing. Texture, homophonic, polyphonic, monophonic. Dynamics, soft, moderate, loud. Mood, happy, sad, lazy. Now let's proceed to our activity. We will call it Stop, Look, and Listen. Using the same music sample, try to analyze the piece and write your answer in the table provided. Please listen carefully. What do you think is the tempo of this song? Slow, moderate, or fast? How about its melody? Was it played in the higher register or the lower register? Now let's analyze its meter. Double, triple, quadruple. Great! Let's analyze its timbre or the kind of sound produced. Is it dark, light or brilliant, tremolo or legato? Okay, now I want you to identify the texture of the song. Is it homophonic, polyphonic, or monophonic? How about its dynamics? Is it soft, moderate, or loud? Finally, the mood of the song. Is it happy, sad, or lazy? Have you completed the table? If yes, that was great. But if not, there's still more room for practice. After you accomplish a table, try to answer the questions on your self-learning module on page 11. I hope that through today's lesson, you were able to appreciate the folk songs and the music created by the Randalia. That's it for our Music 7 class. From exercising your ears with music, let's now play with your eyes and explore more of the architecture and sculptures of Luzon in our art lesson. Today, you're going to reflect on or derive the mood, idea, or message emanating from selected artifacts and art objects. Appreciate the artifacts and art objects in terms of their uses and their distinct use of art elements and principles. The sculptures and architectures of Luzon show many aspects of the people's culture, tradition, and history, which were handed down from generation to generation. This episode will guide you in identifying their characteristics. Today we're going on a trip to Luzon, and I will be your tour guide. Are you ready? Let's go! Welcome to the DepEd TV Bus Company. Good day, my dear passengers. This virtual road trip will take you to the highlands and lowlands of Luzon. Ma'am Shitonet, your tour guide, is here to ensure that you will have a safe and an enjoyable virtual trip today. Please review your destination plan before starting your journey. You're required to give me your full attention. Our bus is ready. Again, try to follow the destination plan, which will lead us to different places where you can find some iconic landmarks and objects. Enjoy our virtual trip. Our first stop is Paete in Laguna. This is considered the wood carving capital of the Philippines. Paete is popular for its centuries-old wood carving tradition of saints and other religious images, and its decorative carvings of floral patterns and geometric designs. Buckle up, we're bound for a couple of provinces in central Luzon. This will be quite a long drive, because our next stop is in Abukay, Bataan. The St. Dominic de Guzman Parish Church, also known as the Abukay Church, is a 17th century Baroque church located in Barangay Laon, Abukay, Bataan, Philippines. It was built in 1587 and was administered in 1588 by the Dominicans. It is an example of Renaissance architecture, as especially seen in its 5-layer bell tower that is defined by its decorative balusters and ornamented with semicircular arched windows. It has single or coupled Doric columns, 2 saint niches in the main portal, and 1 in the center. Our next stop, Zambales. The Spanish Gate, located in Olongapo City, Zambales, was built in 1885 and served as the entrance to the original Spanish naval station that provided repair, ammunition, supply, and medical support for ships. It has high walls made from locally quarried stone that are connected to the south gate that face the waterfront. It was used as a jail during the Spanish and American occupations. I would really want to go there after the pandemic because I want to see the beauty of it in person. Let's go! Fasten your seatbelts because we are now on our way to the highlands of Luzon, the mountain province. It is where the Ifugaos are known for their bulul. The bulul is a wooden sculpture, also known as tinagtagu, that represents the rice granary spirits that guard the rice crops of the Ifugaos. It is a carved wooden human figure with simplified forms made from a nara tree, which signifies wealth, happiness, and well-being to the Ifugaos. The bulul plays an important part in the lives of the Ifugaos because it is connected to their source of living. Our next destination is Tumawini, Isabela. The Tumawini Church is a Baroque church that was built in 1873 and can be found in the municipality of Tumawini, Isabela. The structure is built entirely of red bricks and done in the late Baroque or early Rococo style. It has a 4-story bell tower that looks like a wedding cake. It is considered the most artistic brick structure in the Philippines. That is one of the most beautiful churches in Isabela. And for our last stop, we are at Calle Crisologo in Vigan City. Calle Crisologo is a narrow and cobblestone 15th century Spanish street in Vigan, Ilocos Sur, and is considered to be one of the most important heritage sites in the Philippines. It is lined with antique houses and shops leading to the town's 100-year-old church. Vigan is considered as the Intramuros of the North. Most of its Spanish colonial architecture. The Spanish-type houses in Calle Crisologo are made of adobe, bricks, lime, and terracotta. Their windows are made of capiz shells framed in wooden window panels. The houses have huge, high-pitched roofs and large and rectangular living rooms with hardwood floors. Did you enjoy Calle Crisologo? Great! So far, that was one of the most historical and amazing places I have ever visited. Congratulations! We have reached all our destinations. What a great travel and learning experience! Did you enjoy the trip? Yay! That was great! Now let's do this activity to make sure that we'll remember all the beautiful places we visited today and what they are known for. You only have to write the name of the church, its place of origin, characteristics and design, and the internal or indigenous or external or foreign influences. This is one example. The church name is Tumawini Church. It is found in Tumawini, Isabela. Its structure was built entirely of red bricks, and it has a 4-story bell tower that looks like a wedding cake. Its architecture is influenced by the late Baroque or early Rococo style. Now it's time for you to do the task. There you go! I hope you completed the table and that you were able to more fully appreciate the beauty and the richness of our heritage as you completed this activity. Great job! Let us proceed to the next activity to fulfill more of our competencies for today. Fill in the chart below with the correct information needed. Derive the mood, idea, message emanating from selected artifacts and art objects. In the last column, write a reflection on the mood, idea, and message you derive from the artifacts and art objects. Accomplish this activity in your answer sheets. Let us analyze again this art or sculpture. First, what is the mood of this sculpture, and what mood do you feel when you looked at it? Second, what is the idea of the art? Third, what is the message that you derived from it? And lastly, give us your reflection on this sculpture. Great job! You were able to accomplish the chart. And that's it, my dear students. I hope you enjoyed and learned something today. This has been your Music and Arts Mamshi, Ma'am Tonette Magtanong. See you again here on DepEd TV.